All right, so this time of year, I'm very much interested in basketball playoffs, but it's also hockey playoffs. When the Ducks are playing, I will watch the Ducks. Ducks are playing the Kings right now, so it's an exciting time.
It's an exciting time. SoCal. What?
Yes. The only thing is, there's a hockey story that happened across the United States with, and a lot of my friends don't know, because a lot of my friends don't even watch hockey like that.
Right.
So a player from the Montreal Canadiens got the winning goal to send the Boston Bruins out of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And after, there was some response from Twitter, the tweeters. And, I just had a thought. They always talk about black Twitter, but we never talk about white Twitter. So if ever there was a white Twitter, right, there was a response from Twitter who was basically insulting this player whose name is PK Subban. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Shows you how much hockey I watch.
Right.
And they were calling him the N-word. And it wasn't just a few. It was enough that this became a trending topic, right?
Exactly.
So for those that follow the social media, whenever it's a trending topic, that means it's a huge deal. A lot of people are talking about it. So,
I surely don't watch any hockey, but at the same time, I do have to watch hockey because my son, my 11-year-old son, he actually plays. Hockey. We're in line. We're not past the point where we're actually doing ice and whatever, because that's actually a big, huge commitment. But when this story hit me, like I said, I don't even watch hockey, but for the fact that this hit me the way that it did is because my son plays this game, and I keep wondering to myself, I know, I get it. We live in Oceanside, and it doesn't, the demographics suggest that the kids are not going to do something like that. But what if he does go into ice hockey? What if he does start playing this? What are they going to start calling him? Now, and he knows what my son looks like. He doesn't quite look, quote, like a black person, but yet at the same time, when they see me, they surely gonna know that he's black. And so what are they gonna start saying to him? And so that's the part that when I really started thinking about it, I'm like, do I really want my son to play this game when I know that that's what's gonna be happening in the rink or whatever? It's like, I know that that's what's gonna be happening, and part of me wants to protect him from it, and yet at the same time, it's just like, if you really are passionate about this sport, why don't let that stop you, and yet at the same time know that you're stepping into this space. And so it really upsets me because it's like I'm preparing him I'm sure people prepared Jackie Robinson for going into the National Baseball League. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why I gotta do that? This is 2004. Why I gotta do that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And there's been black hockey players at the NHL level, right?
And they all got called nigger. Yeah, anyway,
what? And it's a conversation that we don't have about hockey, and the fact that it's a global sport,
yes,
but played in the very northern hemisphere.
Right.
I like hockey. I started watching hockey when the Ducks played because they were the SoCal team, and I was like, I could jump on this team, and I could be a part of this team from the beginning. Right. And I've been watching hockey. I go to at least one hockey game every other year. Right. I genuinely enjoy watching and going to games. Right. My problem is, who do I watch hockey with? None of the brothers want to watch hockey with me. I have friends who watch hockey that are white, but then the beer start flowing, the alcohol start flowing. Now those of us know, there's a rule about drinking with white people, right?
There's rules.
You just kind of, because apparently the alcohol starts flowing, something gets said, and I ain't been in that situation because I don't watch hockey with a lot of people because I'm nervous that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do? The fact that this sport, and I'm not saying it's the NHL's responsibility to cater to a black demographic or trying to attract a black demographic,
right,
but certainly there should be some sort of something either on the NHL or either on our part as fans and as a parent. Right. How do we integrate ourselves into the sport if that's what our kids want to do?
Also on a social tip, is like, because I listen to sports talk radio a lot, people like Jim Rome and stuff, and they always talk, and every time I hear people talking about hockey, they talk about how I said that, hockey. They talk about hockey, they talk about these guys like they're the most upstanding, all these folks. Now, I get it that it wasn't necessarily the people on in the rink that were doing all of this stuff. It was called the fans. And I'm just like, if y'all are really stand-up guys, then you need to take responsibility for your fans, and you need to handle this straight up. As players, you need to handle this. You need to back your boy up, and not just back him up. You need to stand him up in front of all these fools and say, this is our dude. If you got a problem with that, you better take it on with the whole team. That's the kind of response I want to see. And also, look, for all the white people who say that they're not racist, this is a smack in black people's face, because we don't always knew it was there. Straight up. We always know it's there. We know when you're looking at us, you're thinking all of this stuff. And this just proved it to me. This just proved it to me that it's all that is right there. And you do want to say it. And so when you're anonymous and you get to say and do that stuff on Twitter or whatever the hell it is, you get to do that. And all of a sudden the realness comes out. And that's what pissed me off about this thing more than anything is that all these folks, and this happened in Boston. What the hell is that all about? This is a liberal space to even begin with. And so, man, I'm so upset about this on so many levels. And like I said, so please, any white folks who say racism is over, kill that right now because it's so not real. And this is just one of the spaces, one of the many spaces, including Donald Sterling and all this other stuff that we just know that where it's happening. It's just now we got evidence. And so please, let's kill all of that.
That was real.
Anyway, deuces.